cemetery, which has been passed on from generation to generation, I don't know for how long. And this is a story of an alleged murder, is it not?
Yes.
Tell me what you know about this, and it's only a story to the best of my knowledge, unless you think there's more to it than that, but go ahead.
Well, hopefully a certain file that is said to exist will come into my hands in the near future. It concerns an incident which happened probably in the late 40s, about 48 or 49, in which a car with a young couple was parked out on the road near the cemetery. And after some time in the car, the young man told the girl he would be leaving the car for a few minutes, lock the door after him, and not to leave the car no matter what happened. Well, he left the car.
Now, this is in Bachelors Grove Cemetery, or in the woods, or where exactly?
Well, it would be on the road, and the road would be, the road goes through a overhanging lane of trees and so on, and the cemetery is on the right-hand side at the end of that dirt road. And so somewhere in that area, this fellow left the car. Evidently, it was under in the tree-covered area. Left the car and did not return to the car that night. The girl was quite upset and hysterical, and but yet afraid to leave the car because of of course, the many stories of the area, the rumors of the story of the things that happened, and the fact that she was warned not to leave the car, and she believed that was a good thing to do, would be to stay there. And later that evening, as she waited there, there was a scratching sound on the roof of the car, and the girl was really just being driven half crazy through fear. The next morning, towards dawn, a patrol car discovered the girl, and the officer told the girl to leave the car and to walk towards him and not to turn around and look. Of course, woman's intuition and woman's curiosity got the best of her. She turned around and looked, and hanging there over the car, she saw the reason of the scratching on the roof of the car was her boyfriend's body hanging upside down over a tree, with the fingernails scratching on the roof.
I've heard this story.
Very, very famous story, told about many different cemeteries and lovers' lanes and everything else all around the country.
But you believe it might have actually happened?
I believe there's a possibility it did. A certain individual I know did see a file, come upon this information, and I hope to have access to it.
You mean official information?
Yes.
Of a report being made of such an incident?
That's correct.
I can't fathom that.
Well, you know, Eddie, for some time when I heard stories about a 7-foot giant at Bachelors Grove, I thought that was just completely ridiculous, and there was nothing to it either. But then I was informed that there is a 7-foot guy that frequents the area quite often, and if it's a full moon, he's quite possibly out there tonight. I don't know what he's going to do with that fence.
You mean he's a real human being?
He's a real human being from the Lamont area and dresses in his robes for his different rituals, and he's been seen out there by a number of the police who patrol the area, as well as unsuspecting teenagers and young people who go out driving down the road and suddenly are confronted by a strange guy 7 foot tall in ceremonial robes.
Got to scare the heck out of you, to say the least.
And he tries to also.
But he's for real, huh?
That's correct.
All right.
Yeah, we were just, my partner and I were just down on Archer Avenue running through that area there. We were just talking on the radio. We figured we'd shoot over there and check it out.
And I assume you found nothing?
Oh, nothing, but it's a good night for ghost hunting. There's a lot of fog out there and the full moon, and we ran by the old Argonne Laboratories, and we were shot out to Bachelors Grove.
Oh, you've been very busy this morning, haven't you?
How's Bachelors Grove at night with that fence around it?
How is it? We just noticed that ourselves when we went by that they had put up a gate across the drive, and then we couldn't see the fence because of the bushes and that, but...
It's there, apparently.
Yeah. I was just wondering if Richard ever, when he had been out to Bachelors Grove this a couple years back, if he ever was out there when that car was parked there for I don't know how long. There was an abandoned car. Looked like it might have been burned out or something. But it had been there, when I was in high school for maybe a year or so.
I remember parts of cars. I don't remember much of a whole car.
It was a whole car until somebody left it there, and then piece by piece it just walked away.